Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Celia. If you're new here, please stay. I promise you're gonna love it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you darling for coming back. So come. Hey, yes girl.
Sorry guys.
Hello. So today's video is a bit different. We're going to be having like a girl talk about life in your 20s, and I have here
Remy.
Yeah, so please grab your drinks and let's chat.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt.
First of all, to break the ice, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in your 20s? It doesn't have to be like a bad lesson, just something you've, noticed.
Yes. So I feel like with being in your 20s, there's no rush. I mean, being in your 20s is like when you're in adulthood, it's like a toddler stage. Like you're just growing. So there's no rush being in my 20s. I mean, you see a lot of things online, especially online, and you're like, I'm 20 and I've not done this, I've not done that, I've not done this. But then, calm down. Just rush.
That's true. Because I also had this concept. You know, when you're younger, you were seeing ages like 25, and you're like, this was a big O.
Yeah.
And you were like getting close to 25, and you're like, I'm just a kid. I'm just a baby.
Exactly. But
but for me is, in your 20s, I feel what I've noticed is when it comes to relationship, friendships and all, you have to actually be intentional about this, because we're not even in depth to our 20s. My friends are now working. People are busy, you know.
Exactly.
So that is something I've noticed. People are going to have to take time to figure things out, but it doesn't mean that they're not still your friend. And I'm the type of friend who, how should I say, I'm not clingy, but maybe I'm used to spending time with my friend because we're in uni together. So now I'm like, okay, my friends are busy. Because we don't talk every day doesn't mean we're not good, we're good.
Exactly.
So I think that is something I have learned in my 20s.
And I feel like it's a whole new version, because being in your 20s and being in uni and being in your 20s outside of uni, it's like you're living through different phases, but then you just have to not exaggerate everything.
Exactly. You don't have to
hidden meaning to everything.
It's not personal. You texted your friend, it's been 3 days. It's not personal. They might be going through hell, you don't know. But hence you guys, at the end of the day, you regroup, talk about stuff, that's fine. I know we've all had these versions. You know, when you're younger, you're like, oh, I want to be married by this year. I want to be working. I want to be rich by 25. I want to have kids by 26.
Yeah.
Like, how did you envision your life, and how are things like? Are you mad at how things are going, or are you like, thank God, why would I want to be married at 25?
When I was 16, I wanted to be married at 21 or something, mind you. But that same 16, when I was 16, I wanted to do high school in the US. So it doesn't really make sense. I was not mature enough to make those decisions. In fact, I was dreaming that I might actually be with a prince, because I was naive. Honestly, true. I had me life not be fairy tale. I wanted a lot of things to happen, but then with the way I am when I was like in uni and all, I'm actually very happy with how my life is. I mean, I wish it would go faster. I mean, but then I'm actually happy. It's not bad. I mean, we're done with uni, working.
Things are happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like I'm at a standstill. I'm actually very, very happy with like everything, with my work life, my love life, everything is going aligned.
I also saw myself getting married, because I had this thing like 24. I wanted to be married, and I'm not even thinking about marriage right now. I'm thinking about how to, further my career, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm happy with how things are going.
Like things are bad.
Yeah, things are not bad, but just that you have this concept in your mind, and what is happening is totally different. Let's talk about career pressure, because we graduated last year, and honestly, I'm gonna say this: there is career pressure. Don't let them fool you. You are gonna feel pressure at a point in time, but it is left with you to know that the pressure that you're feeling doesn't have anything to do with you. It doesn't mean like you're not smart. It doesn't have nothing to do with you. It's just that there are not many jobs available, things like that. And honestly, it is something that you will deal with. You wouldn't deal with it every day, but once in a, especially when you're seeing your friends working and you're not working, you, how should I say, subconsciously judge yourself. Like,
even with home, you'd feel, if you're living with parents, you'd feel like there's so much expectations for you. Like, maybe you're home and you
they might not even be saying
exactly.
You are like, oh my god, I should get a job.
Or maybe
mama they watch me, so I think mama they would watch you any kind.
Or maybe they go say how was this place, and then you'd be like, oh, if I'm at work, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
but I mean, we don't go say don't feel that type of way, because it's human to feel that type of way.
Yeah,
but then things would become become. I mean, there's people like question them, they talk no more. Say there's people that we don't get job. They say make we not brag because we don't graduate, because people are doing 5 years.
No, I'm not. Definitely, I'm not gonna say that. You can. Yeah, you worked hard for it. Brag about it as much as you want. That feeling is internal, and you have to find a way to deal with it. You don't have. It's not jealousy. It's nothing. It's just that. Oh, what am I doing? Exactly. And I think also it's the fear of being perceived. Because me, let me not lie. Obviously, I want to work, but I don't have like a 9-to-5 job right now. I'm paying attention to content, to other areas of my life. But there's also this perception that, people that know that I'm a graduate are like, this you cannot get work it. But like, it's nothing. Like, you're good. You're gonna figure things out, okay? Don't feel pressured like me. I'm not feeling too pressured. But how about social media comparison? Because sometimes you're gonna see girls your age and you're like, what am I doing? Am I behind?
The God wins.
Yeah, the God wins.
That's where they're birthed from. I've learned to celebrate people my age that I see are like doing so well, because I can't really compare. I mean, I'm not saying I look at everything with a hidden thing or like I'm judging anyone or so, but maybe it's a like 50% chance that if everything is going well and everything is not going well. So the best you could do is celebrate them, and if something goes wrong, and then you'll be like, oh, sorry, next time and stuff. So you don't really want to compare your life with someone out there, but that doesn't mean you should hate.
Yeah, you shouldn't hate. Definitely
exactly.
Not.
You celebrate them and be like, not so like, this one young go say that's none of your business.
Yeah, that's none of your business.
Just focus on you and don't feel pressure. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. And also, but when we're saying don't feel pressured, do you have like tips for someone not to feel pressured? Because it's one thing to say don't feel pressure and not feeling pressured.
Probably if you would be in that person's shoes, you wouldn't really, I don't know how to say this, you wouldn't really handle what they're handling.
Yeah.
Like handle it the way they're handling it. So like there's a time for like every person, and there's a way every person handles stuff that comes their way. So I don't really say I would have tips. It's just like mini pep talks I give myself that my time would come. There's no rush. I don't need to go out of my way to make this happen. If it would happen, it would happen. And if it doesn't, oh well. And then be happy for the next person. You don't know what they're going through. People show their happiness highlights online, and they don't show like the bitter parts.
Yeah, so definitely.
Everything is not sunshine and rainbow for that person.
Yeah, no matter how successful you are, you have things that you're dealing with behind closed doors. So that's definitely. But one thing I have found out that I do is, I used to be this person. Well, I'm still this person, but it's something I'm working on. I have like goals set for myself, and sometimes when I accomplish one goal, I don't sit in it, think about what I have done. I'm like on to the next. But I think one way to combat feeling pressure or comparing yourself with people, no matter how small the goal is, if you set a goal and you accomplish it, sit in it, feel the effort you put to accomplish this goal. Think about where you were.
For yourself.
Yeah,
like I did that.
Really think about it, because you were praying for that before. Like it was once in your prayers. So yeah, I think that is one thing or one way to battle comparing yourself with someone else.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about life in your 20s and not talk about friendships. Okay, because in your 20s, you're gonna outgrow some friendship, lose friends, make new friends. Let's say you outgrow someone, not in you didn't end on bad terms, but how do you withdraw or step back? Things that you do, things you shouldn't do do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this last year to this year, I've actually lost some friends. I think the most recent is one that we were babies. I'm not talking about you. We were babies, and then something happened, and then there's no more contact and stuff like that. I mean, it's actually definitely, no one will tell you that it's easy, because I feel like most of when I have friends, there are certain things that I tell. When I have a friend, there are certain things that I'll tell you, and there's certain things I'll tell, like, I have a friend for this and I have a friend for this.
Okay.
So when you actually lose that friend for that, and then you have like something you want to say, and you're like, damn it, I can't talk to this person and all of that stuff. But it's actually very, very hard. But you have to come to terms with, one, choosing your peace, two, be okay with people outgrowing friendships, and three, to be okay to be alone. And I'm not saying lonely, but then to be okay to be alone. You don't have to revolve your life around a particular person. This goes for relationships also. You have to learn how to be okay with your own company. I mean, obviously, no man is an island, but
definitely
you should. How do I say this? You should be okay, and everything doesn't have to be fighting. You don't have to. So that's what it's crazy.
Yeah, you will be okay. That's one thing I believe in. Anything, even in relationships or friendship.
Sometimes friends come to do or feeling a certain place that you needed for that particular time. They're not there to be forever or stuff like that. So it's okay for people to come and go.
Yeah, and when you lose a friend, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve the friendship, because you guys were friends for a reason. You liked that person. That's why you guys were friends. I don't think I have, how should I say, lost a friend, but I think I've outgrown a friendship. Yeah, because me and the person we're like in semi good times. Like, we don't talk every day, but if I see the person, there's no bad vibes or anything.
But you were closer before.
We were closer before. Yeah, I think that is what I have experienced. I haven't like cut off anyone like that. And in times like that, I think to maintain a healthy balance is whatever happened in that friendship should stay in that friendship. You don't need to explain to Jack, Jill, Mary, say, oh, this person me and not talking. You're like, it's okay, it ended. Like, forget about it, move on. If you are saying you outgrow something, that means you are on a different level now. You shouldn't be revisiting what happened during that period of your life.
More drama.
Yeah, it's not important. So just be cordial with someone. You don't need to be, when you see them, you don't need to be into issue face. Hi, a little hi. Everybody goes about their day. So yeah, let's talk about dating. When we say modern dating, now modern dating is
casual. It's not like the casual part.
It's extremely casual. And I think I'm one person, I cannot do casual. That is something I cannot do.
You know, the hardest thing in this life, you know that everything is casual right now, yeah? It's like the vibe, the normal way. When you're in love with a whore, God bless your soul.
You know, one thing I tell people, like, obviously men are not perfect, women are not perfect, so you should have like a list. That's what I think. You should have like a list where you have the top of the list is your non-negotiable, like at all. If you don't have it, you can go. I don't want to talk to you. But the bottom of the list, you should have like something that you are
flexible.
willing to be more flexible. Let's say, for example, you want a man with 5 eggs, but the man has 4. You're like, okay, I can do that. But I'm not saying if you're a man with 5 eggs, you go take man with 2 eggs.
Or why we not get egg? They really for first for the egg. They left in a junction, my dear.
That's so I feel. But like, yeah, you should have some things that you're like, okay, I can move this around a bit. So yeah, that's what I do when it comes to dating. I have my non-negotiable. Like, if you don't meet it at all, you are cut. I run a very strict program, and I think I'm very okay with being alone. That is one thing I've noticed about myself. So that's why most of the time you catch me cutting off people left and right. I don't mind being alone. I rather have peace than I'm entertaining someone who's gonna cause me problems, stress. Like, why am I entertaining you in the first place? If I can't have fun, if I'm not enjoying your company,
yeah, exactly.
Why am I entertaining? What, for dinner dates to eat? I can eat at home.
And not everything should be so serious, because I feel like that's why some people are like struggling in marriages right now, because you feel like, when I see this person, by force I've married you. So even you have like this type of mindset, even if this person, you don't have like mind for say, this person, I'm going to marry that person by force. So even if the person is doing you like this, you're like, I want to marry this person. It's never that serious. You should try to find your most compatible partner, and you might, I mean, it's sad to say, but you might not find that person on the first try, on the second try. So I know that this might sound controversial and different with men and women trying out different partners, because I saw online of one creator in a religious setting, he was talking about marriage and stuff, and the lady was like, so if you're not sexually compatible with this person, how do you know? And he was in favor of like the men, saying, oh, if the man is not okay with this, and then he should move to this. But then when it comes to a woman, he was like, they go call you a shower. And that's really sad. And that's really sad, because women, they still not young. We they still young.
This is a conversation that I have with people, like the person I'm dating, very regularly, because I try my best to educate the person I'm dating, because I want us to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because I want you to see women as women. They're not properties. They're not something that is so fragile. I hate this thing that I'm a man, I can be with this number of women, and you're a woman, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, okay, I hope you don't think like this, because if you think like this, we cannot be together.
Exactly.
I think that is also
that is very important.
You should look,
exactly.
Yeah, because if you are a woman who is very pro woman rights, pro women, men go, and you're a man, you're with like a traditional man, I don't think that's gonna work. You have to make sure you find someone
from the beginning
who is willing to understand, who is willing to learn about men's struggle and all. So yeah, I think that is something you should look for in dating. Before we go, let's talk about, self-growth, being positive. How do you stay positive? How do you deal with your down days? Just self-growth, things you have done for yourself personally to help you grow.
One of the ways that I've grown is learning to protect my peace and throwing out bad eggs in the most respectful and easy way I can, so there wouldn't be commotion. I try to be comfortable being alone. I'm not necessarily means that I'm lonely, but then there are times I need to be alone, and I feel like there's power in that. I mean, me saying I love to be alone, not me for saying where I grab party. Sometimes I'm just on the bed, lying down, listening to music, watching a movie, and educating myself about different things. But then you have to be comfortable. You don't have to be always
in someone's
in someone's space. And I feel like there's power in that. And what's the next thing I wanted to say? I'm very comfortable with the person I'm becoming. I'm not disappointed in who I am. I'm very comfortable with where I am right now, soft and powerful way. I mean, the people I am around and everything. I feel like that's another thing for me. So yeah, I've learned to be comfortable and be powerful in myself.
Okay, for me, I think is actually getting to know yourself, know the type of individual you are, things you like, things that trigger you, things you need to change. Because trust me, honey, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You should be able to take criticism. You know, not to all criticism, because some people are not haters. The more you should be able to decipher which one is constructive and take it and work on it. Because I personally have learned a lot of things about myself recently. I know that I don't, how should I say, I don't like feeling like people depend on me for their happiness. It's something that triggers
Choking,
me. Like, yeah, it's something that really triggers me. The moment I feel like, oh, you really depend on me to make you happy with, like, I feel so much pressure on me, and I don't think I like feeling that pressure, because I'm like, oh, you're setting this type of standard for me. What if I don't meet this standards? Like, I'm only human. You can't be putting me on such pedestal. I think that's something I've really learned about myself. And I think if you want to grow as a person, you should find these things and try your best. Be
grounded with discipline, actually.
Yeah, and also because motivation can only get you so far. Motivation can get you to start, but discipline is what makes you see what you are doing through. And discipline is hard, child. Trust me, because I wake up one morning, I'm like, oh, I'm going to post every day for 30 days. Discipline is what is going to get me to post every day for 30 days, because that motivation is going to leave me by video 2. Video 2. The motivation would have left the room.
No one should put the stone of perfection on your head, or the bucket of perfection. No one is perfect. We're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So yes, 20s are not for perfection.
Yeah, ooh, that's the key word here. 20s are not for perfection. Your 20s are for learning,
becoming.
So we hope you've enjoyed this girl talk. We hope we've talked about topics that you have been wondering about, and you can share your own thoughts in the comments.
Or things you feel like we missed.
Yeah.
If you have something else to say,
Yeah, because I'm going to be doing this sit down videos. I'll be having different people, different topics.
Oh, I'm the first guest.
Yeah, you're the first. So please
hit the subscribe button,
and leave a comment.
Yeah.
Bye.